Onana has said he is open to leaving in the summer if he is deemed surplus to requirements. What this basically means is there's been some happenings in the past couple of days about the fact that Amorim doesn't rate Onana. What I found funny was, like, he wants it to come across like, yeah, I don't want to leave, but if I'm told that they're not going to use me, then it's like, no, the fans want you to leave, mate. It's all right. You don't need to act like you love it here. Well, it's Eric Ten Hag's goalkeeper, isn't it? And Amorim has sinned and needs to leave because they bought him as a ball-playing goalkeeper, but his pass completion figures are lower than De Gea this season. I think he's people have been saying that he's the worst goalkeeper Man United have ever had, but that's not true.
No, that is very harsh.
In the modern era, because that's all I can talk about, Taibbi, it just shows that these fetuses have never seen Taibbi, because he was the worst goalkeeper that Man United have ever had. He was one of the people who was bought to replace Schmeichel.
Not Fabian Barthez.
Barthez came after him. In his first game, he basically did a Rob Green.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I mean, what are your opinions of Onana? What do you?
I really feel for him. To be fair, I do feel for him because he's gone from being the keeper. It was at Inter Milan, wasn't he?
Yeah, Champions League final.
You know, he's gone from being what was the best keeper in that whole tournament, like in the Champions League that season, and he's voiced this in an interview himself. He's like, "There's no way I can go from being voted the best player in the Champions League or best goalkeeper to then being just awful overnight." He's like, that doesn't work. That's not how football works. But to be fair to him, right, he has made a lot of individual, like, you know, his own fault blunders, unnecessary errors and shit, but he's also made some ridiculous saves. So the keeper is in there, like he's in there somewhere, but he also has Harry Maguire in front of him.
I don't agree necessarily. I know the defence has been shaky.
It's been fucking god awful.
Some of the stuff he does, like, I understand he's a professional goalkeeper. I am not a professional goalkeeper, but some of the stuff he does terrifies me because it's like goalkeeping 101. Some of the stuff that he doesn't do.
Yeah.
I mean, you look the other week when Dorgu basically scored that own goal. It wasn't an own goal, but might as well have been. When he was running back and just sort of tried to pass it back to Onana, but Onana happened to be stood 2 feet in front of him. Do you remember that?
No, I didn't see that game. Sorry.
It's just like so. It's clear to me that if Dorgu's doing that, he hasn't shouted. So why hasn't he shouted? And I've noticed that when he goes to catch a ball, he waits until the ball's here until he moves his arms. He like jumps without his arms, and then at the last minute goes like that.
Yeah.
That stresses me out. And when he pats the ball, he pats it forwards.
Yeah,
which is
sideways.
literally the first thing you're taught as a goalkeeper is don't save it into danger.
Yeah. Always
put
sideways.
it around the post. It's better going out for a corner than it is out to an attacker. And it seems like every time he parries a ball, it goes outwards.
To the feet of the opposition.
Yeah, and he does just flap at it and stuff like that. And it's just like... If I was that defence, I would have absolutely no trust that I can depend on the goalkeeper saving it if I make a mistake.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing you can have as a defender, is not being able to trust your goalkeeper.
Very true.
And
Very true.
You're building your football team on sand. Do you know what I mean? If you can't depend on your goalkeeper.
Yeah.
Now, I was willing to give him the benefit of the doubt to begin with, because if you remember, when De Gea first came, he was shaky. He was letting goal after goal through his legs. And do you remember all this? Yeah. He came good. I mean, Onana's in his 3rd year now, and it's not getting better.
It's not looking great, mate. No.
It's, you know, and yes, admittedly, he has made some big saves, big penalty saves in the last minute and things like that. Yeah. And I think he is actually a very good penalty stopper, but... I think the benefits of him being a ball-playing goalkeeper, which I don't think he really is, not properly anyway. I look at Edison as like the
peak,
the creme de la creme of ball-playing goalkeepers. Yeah. He's nowhere near that. I mean, I've heard some names thrown about, and some of them terrify me, and some of them excite me. Bart Verbruggen is one of them from Brighton. James Trafford, I've heard.
Wouldn't be against Trafford.
The one I want is Diogo Costa from Porto.
Oh, okay. Which is quite likely, to be fair, considering
Amorim. Goalkeeper. Absolutely amazing goal. He's the goalkeeper we should have bought. It was a toss-up between them, but obviously Ten Hag, having worked with Onana before, he went with Onana because they were roughly the same price. They were, I think, Costa's maybe a year or two younger. But, yeah, similar goalkeepers, but Costa's much better fundamentally, and I think he'll be more expensive, don't get me wrong, than someone like James Trafford, but I think, if you're going to start trying to build, you could have him as your goalkeeper for 10 years quite easily, because he's only 25, 26.
Who is that, Diogo?
So, Diogo Costa.
Oh, he's quite young, I didn't realise. His record for Burnley this year, was it 27 clean sheets? I know the defence obviously have a massive part to play in that. The team have a bigger part to play technically than the keeper, because if he's not taking any shots on, then he's not really being used, is he? He's not the one keeping that clean sheet. But yeah, I don't know. I've not seen enough of either of them in real game to have a proper opinion of them both.
Nor me really. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm an expert on either one of them, but I think if I was given the choice, I say they're going to be cheaper. I don't know that they are, because they're both Premier League. Well, they will be Premier League goalkeepers, and that immediately inflates the price. So I don't know. It depends on how much they're looking at for. But I think that a new goalkeeper is definitely needed.
Yeah, I agree.
Manchester United.
I agree.